Welcome back. This is PJC Global. Today, I'm going to show you how I analyze charts before entering any trade. First of all, before I enter any trade, I check this simple thing first. Step 1, the trend direction. The trend direction simply means where is market going to? Where is market heading to? That's what the trend direction simply means. Step 2, I check support and resistance. I check support and resistance. Where is market reacting from? And step 3, entry confirmation. Step 3, entry confirmation. And step 4, risk to reward. These simple steps are these things are the simple steps that I check in the forex markets before entering any trade. For example, step 1, I check the trend of the market. This is H1 time frame. Yeah, as you can see on my chart, this is H1 time frame. So this is GBP, this is GBP JPY. So what is the current trend of this particular market now? Yeah, what is the current trend of this particular market? Obviously, market is bearish. The trend of this market is bearish because market is breaking structure to the upside, to the downside. Market is breaking structure to the downside, causing higher. This is high, low, high. Market break this low here, higher low, lower high, lower low. Market is creating a series of lower high and lower low. And when market is creating a series of lower high and lower low, we are obviously bearish. Yeah. So market break this particular structure here, causing MSS. Then when market retest, pull back to this particular zone here, pull back to retest this particular MSS, market break here, I enter this particular trade, targeting this particular low here, because I know that market will obviously break this particular structure here. This is 5-hour up. So I enter this trade obviously because of the trend of the markets have changed from bullish to bearish. The trend of the markets have changed from here, bullish to bearish, as you can see. So previously market is bullish, market is trending up, causing a series of higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But when market reach to this particular zone here, I'm teaching you guys my strategy right now. When market reach this particular zone here, this short MSS, when market reach this particular zone here, this short MSS, then I know that obviously market is going to push up to retest this particular breaker block here, this particular breaker block in this zone. So once market retest this particular breaker block in this zone, I'm targeting this particular low here, because I obviously know that market is going to take out this particular low. So I'm not targeting this low, this last low here, but I'm targeting this internal liquidity. You can call it internal liquidity, or you can call it break of structure. So I'm targeting this break of structure here. So now this is the trend of the market. Before you analyze any trade, before you enter any chart, you have to know the trend of the market. Is market trending to the upside, or is it trending to the downside? If you determine where the trend of the market is coming from, then you have to map out the step 2. You have to check is your support and resistance. If you check here, this zone that I map out here is my resistance level. why this particular zone here is my support level. Yeah, market respect, sometimes market always respect support and resistance. Market always respect support and resistance. Let me go to H4 time frame to see where I map out these particular zones. The network is very bad. So sorry guys, my network is very bad. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, if you map out your support and resistance, then wait for markets to reach to that particular zone, and once markets reach to that particular zone in your support zone or your resistance zone, you should wait for your confirmation entry. That is the step 3. You have to wait for your confirmation entry at this particular zone here, at this particular resistance zone here. I waited for my confirmation entry before entering this particular trade here. Yeah, once market reach to this particular resistance level here, this is a resistance level, while this is a support level. Once market reach to this resistance level, I waited for my confirmation before entering this particular trade, targeting this particular low or internal liquidity. Now, I have targeted this particular liquidity, but I didn't target 1:1 ROR. No. Then the first step I always check is my risk to reward. I measure this particular trade from here to here and check if I enter this trade, what is going to be my gain, what is my risk to reward. Now, if my risk to reward is 1:1 ROR, I'm not going to enter this particular trade because obviously it doesn't meet my criteria. I always target 1:4 ROR and 1:5 ROR above. Anything 1:3 ROR, I don't trade it. Yeah, I always target, personally, I always target 1:3 ROR and 1:4 ROR and 1:5 ROR. Sometimes 1:6 ROR, but anything below 1:3 ROR, I don't trade. I don't trade it at all. Now this is the simple steps that I personally check in the forex market or in the chart before entering into any trade. You also watching this video can apply this. Once you open your chart, you check where is the trend of the market, where is it going to, where is it reacting from. Yeah, once you check the trend of the market, know exactly if market is bullish or bearish. Now map out your support and resistance, which is the step 2. Map out your support and resistance. Once market get to your support zone, wait for your confirmation entry. Wait to see the reaction of the market, because sometimes you can map out your support zone and market we break it, we break below it. It might be news, it might be anything, market manipulation. They can be able to break that particular zone. So it is very important that you wait for confirmation. That is the step 3. Once you check the trend of the market, know where it is going to, then map out your support and resistance zone. Once you map out your support and resistance zone, wait until market get to that particular zone. Once market get to that particular zone, wait to see the reaction, which is the confirmation trade. Yeah, wait to see the reaction of the chart. Now, as you can see, this is daily time frame. This is my resistance zone here. This other block is my resistance zone. As you can see that when market get to this resistance zone at the first time, it pushed down to this support zone, and when market get to this support zone again, it pushed up to this resistance zone. Now market has get to this resistance zone in the second time. Now market pushed down to take out this low again. This is how it works in the chart sometimes. Now, once market get to this particular zone, I wait for my confirmation entry, which is the step 3 that you can also apply if you want to get this 5 ROR that I used to get in my trade. Once market get to this particular zone, you have to scale down to your lower time frame, like 1 hour, 45 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on the kind of trader you are. Then once market get to this particular zone, I wait for my confirmation entry before entering this trade. Now once I enter this trade, I've already know where I'm going to take my profits. I've already mapped out to know where I'm going to take my profits. Now the next thing you will look at is, what is your risk to reward? Is this particular trade worth it? That is the question you're going to ask yourself. Am I going to take this trade? Does it really worth it? Is the risk to the reward worth the risk am I about to take? If yes, enter the trade. If no, don't enter. Now I have already checked and analyzed and see that the risk to the reward of this particular trade worth it. That's why I entered this particular trade from this zone, and my take profit is here, targeting the internal liquidity. This is an internal liquidity. Now the lastly is the risk to the reward. This is 5 RR here. I'm risking 1% to get 5%. This is what it simply means. I'm risking 1% to get 5%. This is simply what it simply means. Now if you find this video interesting, comment, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what is your risk to reward. Let me know what you look at in a trade before entering, what you look at in the chart before entering any trade. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace and love.